Hello everyone, welcome to this course on UPF Power Aware Design and Verification. UPF stands for Unified Power Format and it's an IEEE 1801 standard. I am Robin Garg, your instructor for this course. Let's go through this introduction video to understand the course content and the layout. To give you a brief background about myself, I have been working in the field of digital VLSI design verification for close to a decade now. I am author of one of the best-selling books on cracking digital VLSI verification interviews. Additionally, I have authored multiple other courses on Udemy, namely Digital Electronics and Circuits and Power of Pearl. I have been working on power-aware design and verification from last 8 plus years now, and my interest areas include digital electronics, computer graphics, power-aware design verification, coding, and scripting. This course of UPF Power Aware Design and Verification is an exhaustive course spanning across 6 plus hours of on-demand video lectures. This course is subdivided into 4 major subsections. First section being Need of the UPF and UPF Basics, which span across 1 hour. Next section consists of all the UPF Power Aware Design components, and this section roughly spans across 2 hours and 51 minutes. The next section is on UPF Power Aware Verification, which spans across 2 hours. And the last section is a miscellaneous concepts, which as of today spans across 11 minutes. New lectures might be added based upon popular user feedback and request, and miscellaneous concept section would keep on building. Let's look at the course details. This course has 4 major subsections and overall 5 sections. This is the first section of the course, which is this introduction video which we are going over right now. The second section consists of need of UPF and UPF basics, which span roughly across 1 hour. In this section, we discuss VLSI design phases, and then we move on to RTL simulation versus power aware UPF simulation, and we discuss few of the UPF basics and few of the UPF components. Moving on to next section consists of UPF power aware design, where we discuss power domains, supply nets, supply ports, supply sets, power switches, power state table, level shifter cells, isolation cells, input versus output isolation cells, retention cells. Then we discuss a concept of flat UPF versus hierarchical UPF. And finally, we look at UPF evolution from 1.0 to 2.0 to 2.1 to 3.0. Next section, we focus on UPF power aware verification, and the first lecture of this section consists of talking through various popular power saving techniques. Then we move on to static verification, and next we have 4 lectures on dynamic verification, starting from how do we control power supplies at the top level through the test bench, then how do we do sim state modeling and why sim state modeling is used. We have a lecture on power coverage to explain what all power coverage are available, and then we have a brief lecture on power assertions. The last section of this course is the section on miscellaneous concepts. Here we are capturing a few of the constructs like what is the instrumentation versus instantiation, how does hard macro look like, and what are the liberty files. We will build upon this section as and when time progresses. Let's quickly look through the aim of this course. The main learning objective of the course is what does the UPF mean and why is it required. Another learning objective is to learn UPF low power design. One more objective is to learn UPF low power verification and prepare for a job in the semiconductor industry. The course prerequisites, fundamentals of digital design are very necessary for attending and trying to learn something meaningful out of the course. I would recommend that you go over my course on digital electronics and circuits before attempting this particular course. Next important thing is basic knowledge of functional verification and RTL simulation is necessary for this particular course on UPF power aware design and verification. Tickle constructs are good to know, but they are not mandatory. UPF is written in Tickle, so it's good to know, but they are not mandatory. And the last prerequisite is passion to learn UPF power aware design as well as verification. Who are the target students for this course? I would say VLSI semiconductor professionals and enthusiasts are the target students, along with people looking to ramp up on power aware UPF design and verification. also the folks working on UPF Powerway design and verification, and lastly students and professionals who are looking to add a new skill to enhance job opportunities, right? So a basic heads up before we go into this course. I firmly believe that hands-on practice is must to learn and practice anything new, and hence in this course I won't be using any files or pre-prepared PowerPoint presentations. I will be teaching this course using whiteboard and pen tablet. This will mean that all the UPF commands during the course of this lecture and all the circuit diagrams and waveforms will be hand drawn. I would recommend the user to have a notepad and a pen or pencil handy during the course. Now few tips. I would suggest the user to follow the ordering of the lectures unless the user wants to revise or refer to any specific topic. This is because PowerAware UPF design and verification is a vast topic, and hence we need a starting point to build our concepts. Here in the course you would see that we start with very basic section and then we move on to UPF PowerAware design, where we talk about concept of power domains to begin with, and knowing power domains is necessary before we could start learn about power supply networks. So please follow the ordering of the lectures. I would also recommend user to go over the entire course starting with basics followed by design, verification and miscellaneous section. If you are a UPF designer, do go through the verification section as well, as concept of supply state and power state table will get clearer when we see how we could use sim states to enhance our verification. And likewise, if you are a verification engineer, do go over the design section as well to understand the UPF design. Lastly, UPF is a vast topic and it's practically impossible to cover all the UPF commands in one course. Hence, I have tried to cover most frequently used and must know commands. Aim is to understand UPF and get prepared for coding UPF and verifying UPF design. However, the UPF learning should not stop at this course, it should continue. A very important disclaimer: every effort has been made to make this course as complete and as accurate as possible, but no warranty is employed. The author shall neither have the liability nor the responsibility to any person or entity with respect to any loss or damages arising from information contained in this course or other resources accompanying this course. This course is an independent work of the author and is not endorsed by his employer. I hope you enjoy attending this course as much as I enjoyed creating it. Do leave your valuable feedback. I would request you to keep this course interactive and send in your suggestions for any new concepts you want to see added to this course. Let's get started.